back to Prime News on HLN. All right, everyone gets a little tense when they get pulled over by an officer. Check out this traffic stop, though. You talk about tensions running amok. Middletown, Ohio, things got out of hand quickly. Dash cam video. Police believe Eric German was involved in a hit-and-run accident. He doesn't like being pulled over and goes after the police officer. Things heat up quickly as Mr. German begins going after the officer and battered him pretty good. The officer needed some help at the hospital. Fists flying. German ends up tased in all this as backup finally arrived. You know, we just don't appreciate police officers enough as we take a look at this video once again. We have our expert panel standing by. Attorney, radio talk show host Mark Levine's with us. Also with us, criminal defense attorney Holly Hughes and Renee Seiler, author of Good Enough Mother. Great book, also former anchor CBS News. Holly, let's just say that. I mean, police officers, it's a dangerous job. Case in point here, you're thinking routine traffic stop. Next thing you know, you're in a brawl.
Absolutely. It's just horrible what our police officers go through, and we don't appreciate it. You know, like you're saying, when a normal person gets pulled over, you know, they're nervous, they're not happy about it. But this guy just takes it to a whole new level. I mean, all the officer did was conduct a traffic stop on him, and he's now looking at, this perp is now looking at aggravated assault, depending on if there's facial fractures. I read that the officer is going to have some facial reconstructive surgery, which means we're talking about aggravated battery. If he has done some permanent scarring or damage, if he's lost any feeling in his face, so he's looking at some pretty serious felonies over what should have been a simple traffic stop.
And Mark, what is it? I mean, people don't even...
I don't understand about this.
Go ahead, Renee.
I'm sorry, Mike, I didn't understand. Why was he even out of the car? Because typically when you get pulled over, don't you stay in the car and you produce your documents? And here he was already out of the car. I was curious about that. And then the other thing is, you know, he's already all keyed up and everything. So instead of, as Holly says, he's facing maybe a $25, maybe a $100 citation. Now he's like possibly facing serious jail time. I don't get that.
Yeah, and you can see that they're kind of mixing it up. But as the officer's talking to him through the window, again, just brutal, as Holly mentioned. The officer may have to face some reconstructive surgery. Here's this next topic.
See, I don't think this is... I don't think this is an ordinary driver. I think he's high on something. I think he's clearly hyped up. This is not an ordinary reaction, and obviously this is someone who needs to be locked up for a while.
Okay, let's hit another topic, a little lighter fare here. A homeless guy in Northern California breaks into a bar that's been closed for a year and sets up shop with a six-pack of beer. And get this, about 30 customers belly up to the bar over a weekend, 4-day stint before the guy's finally caught.
This has got to be one of the strangest cases I've worked.
It is a wild story.
Yeah.
Right under everybody's nose.
I got to hand it to him on the creativity, you know, but he gets an F on, you know, staying above the law.
Yeah, he ends up being charged with a misdemeanor, reduced charge, illegal alcohol sales. Renee, you got to give the, I mean, to start with a six-pack of beer and then resell it, and that's the seed to a business? Ingenuity anyway,
here's the thing. This guy does not belong behind bars. He belongs on Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah, right.
Because that is some good stuff. He turns a six-pack into an entire weekend. I think he was open for something like 4 days.
Yeah.
And he ends up, he takes that seed money that he makes from the six-pack and he parlays that into a business for a weekend. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, Holly, real quick, and we'll take a break. I mean, is 4 days worth, 30 people showing up to belly up to the bar?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, you know, capitalism is alive and well. I mean, this is a homeless person. He decides he needs to be employed. He goes out and employs himself. You know, kudos to him.
All right, more coming up, including a stolen Elvis statue. We'll have that. Also this, a dramatic moment caught on tape as a